asking these kinds of questions. So what kind of results have you been getting when you ask anonymously for your classes of criminology students to tell you if they've committed crimes?
I'm glad that we can clarify what I do, because it is not a study. What I do is try to show students the very outset of class. I don't know them. I don't know their handwriting. We're trying to figure of crime, which is the amount of crime that
Goddamn
happens.
piece
It
of
doesn't
shit.
come into the official data. Uniform crime report that's put out by the FBI. Is it reported to the police? Sometimes people know, sometimes they don't. But I ask students, and I spend a lot of time doing this, and I've done it many times. So, I know the method works best to get honest answers, and I check them for veracity. And if I think they're lying or they're just making something up, I don't read it. And it's voluntary. They can just turn in a blank piece of paper if they don't want to participate. But I've done this for 35 years, more than 6,000 students in my intro to criminology, and we have had every crime under the sun, including a lot that you would expect students to be committing, a lot of DUIs, a lot of statutory rape, which is always a little disturbing, but plenty of violent crime too, aggravated assault like barroom fights. And actually over 35 years, 4 students have self-reported that they've committed homicide, murder. One said it was in self-defense, but yeah.
So, okay, you said this was anonymous. You can't do anything about it, right? Because you don't have names. Like, you can't call the police and say, I don't know if you have this one on record here, but I got a live one.
Apart from that, I would never do that because it's an anonymous survey and it's confidential. But the point is, when they write it, they're almost always saying, listen, when I was a teenager, I was in a gang, or, somebody on the street, or I did this in revenge for somebody who killed my sister. They will give you details which make me think it is 100% true and accurate. And in no case were they ever arrested. I'm sure, of course, the crime would be reported, but the point is, they got away with it. They almost always add a postscript, though, that says, that was then, this is now. I am here studying criminal justice because I want to get my life in order, because that's not the person I want to be. I'm far more concerned about those who admit to things like hate crime, beating up people, for being a color in the wrong neighborhood. And even, one that I write about in a Slate article where somebody admitted that he beat up a sex worker and they gang raped her, and he was completely unapologetic because he said she ripped him off. So we get a lot of qualitative data by doing exercises like this.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in your classroom to see this, and I'd be peeking over your shoulder at those responses. Casey Jordan, thanks for coming in. Thanks for sharing that. Really interesting.
Always good to be here.
You too. Okay, so still to come, that heart-stopping video of a toddler in diapers waving a loaded 9mm in an apartment complex, shirtless. Take a look at that. Pointed at himself too at one point. The entire thing played out live on television. After the break, we're going to show you just how close this came to a tragic conclusion and what has happened to the dad on duty.
Just go. This'll help.
Vicks Vapor Rub?